Episode 29, The Shadow of Stone. 2 days after the hunters fell beneath the mountain, the base carried the uneasy quiet of a place that had survived something it wasn't built to endure. Repairs hummed through the halls. Sparks cracked from welding tools. Voices softened to whispers. Wolves moved slower, conserving bruised ribs and aching muscles. But Everlyn felt none of that. Something tugged at her chest. Not pain, not instinct, but memory. A whisper dragging her toward the one place she thought she'd never see again. The ruins where everything changed. Kane limped into the med bay with the half-hearted swagger of a man pretending to be fine. Lira accompanied him like a bodyguard who absolutely expected her patient to do something stupid. Dr. Voss didn't look up. Sit. Shirt off. Don't flirt. Kane blinked. I haven't even... You do. And badly. Sit. Lira elbowed him into the chair. Voss hovered the scanner over his ribs. Golden filaments flickered across the hologram. Threads of living gold weaving tighter than they should. Your healing rate has increased again, Voss murmured. Kane frowned. That's good, right? It's... something, Voss muttered. Medically confusing. Personally irritating. Lira's gaze hardened. Is he in danger? No, just evolving. Voss exhaled. And I dislike surprises. Kane smirked. Lira smacked the back of his head. For one small moment, life almost felt normal. But Everlyn wasn't part of that moment. Not anymore. Rouke found her in the command room. He looked exhausted, hair unkempt, uniform wrinkled, voice raw from too many reports and not enough answers. Captain, he began. I need to know what happened. My team's found... whatever that was down there. Scorched walls. Torn steel, alien bodies, 3 different impact points. Our scanners didn't detect any of it. How is that possible? Everlyn didn't answer immediately. She simply placed something on the table. A Xarthian hunter helmet. Cracked. Burned. Deep claw marks carved across the visor. Rouke recoiled. This isn't a soldier, he said quietly. This is... a hunter, Everlyn replied. And it wasn't here for your base. Rouke's voice dropped. Then what were they here for? Us, Everlyn said. A single word heavy enough to tilt the room around it. Rouke swallowed. So what now? We take the fight to them. You can't just... I lead my pack, she said, turning away. You lead your base. She left without waiting for his reaction. He didn't follow. He didn't dare. The War Council assembled that afternoon. Wolves in civilian clothes leaned against the walls, their eyes bright with barely hidden restlessness. Human officers hovered stiffly near the hollow table. Kaelin stood at the front, calm, razor-focused. She activated a 3D schematic of a Xarthian carrier. They transport prisoners from surface raids, humans, research specimens, resistance fighters. They do not expect coordinated infiltration. Kane raised a hand. So, we get caught on purpose? Kaelin nodded. Precisely. A human lieutenant paled. That's a suicide strategy. Only if executed poorly, Kaelin replied. Lira smirked despite herself. Malik grunted in agreement. Kane opened his mouth to volunteer, and Lira elbowed him again before he could finish the word. Everlyn didn't smile, but something inside her felt distant, detached. Her attention drifted towards something only she could feel. We gather volunteers, she said softly. Human and werewolf. The sooner we board that ship, the less time they have to send more hunters. Rouke rubbed his face. We'll need prep, training, analysis. Everlyn was already walking away, because something else called her. Something older. When night fell, she left without a sound. No weapons, no escort, no scent left behind for anyone to follow. She slipped through the forest like a whisper swallowed by darkness. By morning, the pack realized she was gone. Kaelin found the empty bunk first. Bed sheets perfectly arranged, the kind of careful neatness Everlyn never used unless she meant to disappear. Lira stormed into the room. She left. She actually left. Malik entered next, posture tense, arms folded across his broad chest. Where would she even go? Kane leaned in the doorway, unusually serious. It's Everlyn. She didn't want us following. Malik scowled. You 3 are hiding something. Lira looked away. It wasn't our secret. Kaelin studied the floor, tracing Everlyn's faint scent to the entrance before it vanished into the wild. She went somewhere she first changed, she said quietly. Somewhere sacred. Somewhere dangerous. Malik's gaze hardened. Then we find her. Kane stepped forward, voice steady and uncharacteristically sharp. No. Everyone turned to him. Kane held his ground. She went alone on purpose. If we chase her, we could ruin whatever she's trying to do, or get in the way. Lira's breath hitched with frustration. Malik clenched his jaw. Kalen's shoulders lowered with reluctant acceptance. Kane picked up Everlyn's folded blanket. When she needs us, she'll tell us. Kalen nodded. We wait for her. Malik exhaled hard through his nose, grounding himself with the decision. The pack went still. Not out of fear, out of trust. Trust in their alpha. The temple stood nestled beneath jagged cliffs, bathed in moonlight like a monument carved from ghosts. Everlyn stepped through the cracked archway and felt an old feeling stir in her chest. A memory of crawling across these stones, half dead, half born. The place hadn't changed, but she had. She noticed them almost immediately. Statues, dozens, maybe more. Tall gargoyles perched on ledges and broken beams, wings folded, claws resting on stone knees. Their carved eyes followed her with unnerving focus. Everlyn swallowed. How did I miss you? A metallic click echoed through the ruins. Everlyn's claws half-formed as she turned. 3 Xarthian patrol soldiers stepped into the courtyard, scanning devices, humming softly. Human detected, one rasped. Remain still. Everlyn tensed, but before anyone moved, a horrible tearing sound ripped through the night. Half of one soldier landed at her feet. Everlyn flinched backward. What the hell? The second soldier fired wildly. A massive stone shadow dropped onto him, seized him by the chest, and dragged him screaming into the dark. The scream cut off all at once. Everlyn's pulse hammered. She looked at the statues. They weren't still. They weren't stone. The last soldier backed away, and a colossal stone hand curled around him, squeezing until his armor buckled and bones snapped. Silence swallowed the ruins. Everlyn stood frozen, breath trembling. One gargoyle stepped into the moonlight, wings shifting with the sound of grinding stone. Massive, ancient, aware. Everlyn's voice cracked softly. What are you? The gargoyle's reply rumbled like mountains shifting. A guardian of this place. Everlyn's breath hitched. Guarding what? Its amber eyes narrowed. The old blood. What your kind once were. Everlyn felt a chill crawl up her spine. Why reveal yourselves now? The gargoyle stepped closer. Because you returned. And because the stone remembers your scent. Her throat tightened. You expected me. All who are marked come seeking truth. Everlyn lifted her chin, voice steadying. I'm here for answers. The gargoyle shifted aside, revealing a hidden passage carved into the temple's deepest chamber. A place she had never seen. Then enter, the guardian said, and seek what you are looking for. Everlyn hesitated at the threshold, then stepped into the darkness. The gargoyle followed, and every statue in the courtyard seemed to turn its head as she disappeared inside. Something ancient stirred, waiting for her.